Hello and welcome to another Pauper video. Today we're playing Gruul Monsters. This is a newer build from Walker 735 and Giorgio combo, aka Giorgio midrange. But this is your standard Timmy based list where we're just going to slam things on the table and attack as fast as possible. Here we have a Writhing Chrysalis in the main deck. We've got 4 of those plus an additional 4-drop in Bannerhide Krushok, which you probably have never seen before, but it says it has Trample. It costs 4. It's a 4/4. It also has Reinforce 2 for 1 and a green, or Scavenge for 5 green. And Reinforce says discard it, put 2+1/+1 counters on target creature. That's instant speed and can't get countered. And then also you can exile it from your graveyard to put 4+1/+1 counters on target creature, and you can only do that as a sorcery. I don't think you can counter that either, obviously, unless you had like a Mirror Shell Crab or something. So that's the new card from the 2 deck builders for this. They've also changed the mana base to be 14 forests and 3 mountains. And they said that this has to do with it being hard to get the mountains and just avoiding color screw here. We've got no Lead the Stampedes, but 4 Malevolent Rumbles and no more Annoyed Allosaur. So it's interesting, and we're excited to try this out. Just the 4 Boarding Party as Cascader and Nyxborn Hydra to use all your mana and go over the top of your opponent. In the sideboard, another newer card for this list is Hissing Iguanar. It says whenever another creature dies, you may have a Hissing Iguanar deal 1 damage to target player or planeswalker. So I think this acts kind of like it might be able to defeat your opponent that's playing Glee. I don't know how the timings work on that, but whatever. This is supposed to be for Glee. And then we have Seal of Fire, also probably for Glee, Vines of Vastwood, and Sandstorm. So Sandstorm's clearly for the mono red deck, but I'm not really sure what Seal of Fire is going to be good against, or Vines of Vastwood. I'm just taking the list as is. I didn't design it, but I'm going to try to play it. It's going to be sweet. If you want to get sideboard guides for the decks that I like to play, that I know how to play, check out patreon.com/kalikaiz. You can also sign up to the YouTube membership for early access to videos. The Mega Fan tier for $15 has access to all the sideboard guides from Patreon as well. And you can do deck donations and such from there. Make sure to check out cardmarket.com, the largest seller of Magic the Gathering cards in Europe. And, hit me up with a like and subscribe, leave me a comment, let me know what you thought about the deck. I'm not an aggro player, but I'm going to try my best because this deck is really sweet, and we'll see you in the matches. Okay, we're here in round 1 versus Omnetto. On the play, we have a Wild Growth, turn 1 Wild Growth, or Sprawl. We can just Sprawl on red turn 1 and then Jewel Thief turn 2 if we find a land. I'm going to keep it. Could be greedy. Okay, Sprawl on red, and let's see what's up from our opponent. I mean, with all these Chrysalises and Jewel Thief in hand, I feel like this is a pretty good start if we can get the land, and, we'll see how it goes. Opponent plays Great Furnace, so they're probably not interrupting my land right away. Probably just on burn, and we'll put a lot of creatures on the table, which will make it hard for them. They lead on an Epicure, putting us to 19. They get a Blood Token. That's a mid start for them, but they might have a Kuldotha Rebirth follow-up. Okay, can't do anything here. Just go Wild Growth, F6. Next turn, if we draw into a land, we'll probably slam the Chrysalis. No land, I'll play the Jewel Thief out. Opponent plays a Mountain. Clockwork. Sure. Tomb Raider. Scary. Okay, so they're attacking for 4, putting us to 15. I am hoping to find a land still. Jewel Thief is fine. Like, it's basically a Chrysalis. It's way bigger than their creatures anyway. But they can bolt it. They can't bolt the Writhing Chrysalis quite as easily. Okay, we have the mana. I'll play out my Chrysalis. So I think the plan here is to use 1 of the mana next turn to cast another Chrysalis. And then I'll have 3 mana and a green left over. And I can cast the Bannerhide Krushok. I have a bunch of huge creatures. That depends on them not killing this or going after my spawns. Play a Mountain. I'm going to try to just block the Tomb Raider with the Chrysalis. Galvanic Blast. Yeah, that's dead. So I don't have to sacrifice the spawns because that's already dealing 4 damage. I guess I could have sacrificed both and left it as a 2/5 that's just, or 4/5 that's on the table. Oh no, Bushwhacker. This is 9 damage. Going to 6. We're very nearly dead. Avenging Hunter's not good. So I can use this mana to cast the Chrysalis. And then I guess play out a Jewel Thief. And then I can crack the other spawn and play the Hydra as a 1/2. I have a decent amount of blockers. Jewel Thief here on the table. Sort of like a 2 mana 3/3. Missing my land just set me back too much. But that was a risk I was taking. Okay. My Chrysalis is now a 5/6. We will cast the Hydra. It's a 1/2. Not very strong. Opponent goes Bushwhacker. So they're getting in for at least 4. Block Tomb Raider and then the 2 goblins. At least we have a 3/3 attacker, but it's not great. Okay. Walk, and block. Now I'm at 2. Any burn spell kills me for the rest of the game. So it's not looking very good. They pass. What happens if I rumble here? I can rumble 2 mana, find a land, play the Hydra, play this Kershock, Malevolent Rumble. I have the feeling I'm getting slow rolled here. Let's take a forest, play the forest, play at a 4/4, and I'll just attack you for 3. Opponent at 17. It also made my Chrysalis a little bit bigger rather than just casting the Kershock. Getting lands in play is good. They Ren's Resolve, find a burn spell. We'll just move on. They don't need to cast it. It's cool. We didn't have anything coming up anyway. So we definitely want the Sandstorm. And then the Avenging Hunter is a risk. I accidentally got a foil Hissing Iguana over here. I think this is fine. Yeah, I think that's fine. I don't know if Seal of Fire is going to be better than anything else I've got going on. Maybe over the Hydra. I do have to kill my opponent at some point, though. I don't really know if I want to get rid of all my creatures. Seal of Fire gets rid of... Guess I just buy some time with the Seal of Fire. I'll do that. We'll see how that goes. Alright, we are on the play. We need to make mana this time. Once again, we just have the same thing. We died to a raise pretty bad. So I think I should mulligan. Okay, here we have probably a decent start. What is the putback? Maybe the boarding party or the Seal of Fire? I guess I should risk it for the biscuit. Put back. I don't know. Boarding party I'm pretty far away from. I'll put that back. Just go Arbor Elf and hope that they don't have a bolt. Then we can play the Repurposer right away. And that's a big blocker for the mono red deck. Our opponent leads on Mountain. Are they going to bolt my elf? They go Galvanic on the elf. Okay. We didn't take any damage that turn. We're looking for some sort of ramp card, like a Wild Growth on here into Rumble. Found a Mountain. Just going to play the Rumble first. If I find a Chrysalis, I can cast it next turn. So do I take the Jewel Thief or the Sprawl? I have 3 mana. Next turn I'll play this. I'll have 4 mana. I think I should just take the Jewel Thief. Pass the turn. I think that going wide and putting 3/3s in their way is going to be good. But I have no life gain. Jewel Thief being a Vigilance creature seems good to me as well. Opponent plays a Mountain. Epicure. They're passing. What they've got going on. Find a Chrysalis. I can play Chrysalis. Next turn I'll have 5 mana. I can play Repurposer into Jewel Thief. Into Seal of Fire. That seems pretty good. I like that. Sort of depends on them not killing my spawns. And here I think I should probably sacrifice a spawn for the Chrysalis. I think maybe people would argue that that was something that I made a mistake on in the first game. Synthesizer here. Find a Mountain. They can't play the Mountain. So they made a small error there by playing the Mountain before they put the Synthesizer in play. They discard a Mountain, so they've got some flood going on. 4 cards in hand, 1 Great Furnace available. Cast spells with. Looks like no attacks from our opponent, so we will be the aggressor here. I will sacrifice. We're gonna let this... Okay, now it's a 3/4, so it can't get killed. Sacrifice again. Play the Repurposer. We'll sacrifice again. Play the Jewel Thief. Play the Seal of Fire. Blast this thing. Get in for 5. Opponent currently at 15. We have 11 power on the table. We still have the Malevolent Rumble coming up. They crack the Synthesizer. Finding another mountain. So once again, they played their land before they cracked it, before they used the Synthesizer, and it's biting them. Unfortunate. They pass the turn. Find another Seal of Fire. Let's go ahead and Malevolent Rumble. Seal of Fire actually looking pretty good here. I don't know if it's the correct plan, but it's been pretty decent. Allowing me to like play lower to the ground. I'm going to take the Jewel Thief because it has Trample and Vigilance over the Repurposer. Play out the Seal of Fire. Clear their blocker. F6 will attack in. Ba-bam! Okay, so they're at 4. I think we win. Gonna go ahead and F6 for this turn. They play Mountain. Cracks their land to the Kuldotha Rebirth. They have 3 blockers, so they are not going to die this turn. Plays a Bushwhacker. That seems like a bit of a mistake because I'm not dead to this attack. I can just swing right back. I'm certainly not blocking here. I mean, I could... Why are you attacking? Yeah, fine. Take 8. They have to have Bolt, blocker. Impossible. They have 2 cards in hand. I guess maybe they just wanted to swing out for funsies. Yeah, no blocks. I will begin by attacking. Okay, send in the team. Alright, we win the game. I was pretty happy with the sideboard plan, so I'll run it back. Maybe the Hydra is better than the boarding party in this case because it's a bigger butt and I can get it out early. Okay, we're just going super low to the ground. Bring in the Hydra. Submit. This is a very strange setup that I've got going on, but it was working. Okay, I'm going to keep this. I am on the draw. If they have a fast Kuldotha, then we probably want to hold up the Sandstorm. They're not going to be able to Bushwhacker me this turn. So I can just lead on the Arbor Elf. It'll probably die. But then in 2 turns, so this next turn I have Sandstorm, or I can play the Jewel Thief in 2 turns holding up the Sandstorm and then play the Repurposer from there. Our opponent plays a Mountain. Synthesizer again. They played it before the Mountain and after the Mountain again. Oh no. Find a Galvanic so they can take out my Arbor Elf. Okay, so that was 4 damage that the Arbor Elf soaked up. Created 1 mana for 4 damage. Seems pretty good. It was sort of like a life gain spell. They're getting in. Play land, pass the turn. And I like to do yield until here, so I yield until the block's on. This way, if they like Kuldotha Rebirth, they might go straight for the Bushwhacker. And it looks like I'm F6'd. I go Reckless Impulse, finding double Mountain. Plays another Epicure. We're at 17. We'll be at 16 from the attacks. But this turn I can Jewel Thief holding up the Sandstorm. I can kill both the Epicures. And we take the 1. We're at 16. I draw Utopia Sprawl, so I can use the green to sprawl on red. Still have 3 mana. The mana neutral play. It sets me up for later. I don't really have any big things coming up. Sprawl on red. But if I draw Hydra, I can Hydra onto the Jewel Thief and then make the Jewel Thief ginormous as a vigilance creature. Make this the treasure token for the Sandstorm. Once again, well, I don't want to yield because they could potentially play a Gorilla Shaman. Would be a little bit weird, but it is a possible thing they could do. Our opponent plays a Clockwork Percussionist. Chain Lightning, okay. We're not paying. I feel that they have a whacker here. Do it. They don't do it. Well, I'm going to blow everything up anyway. It does give them a card, but we're saving 3 damage. This is where Clockwork is really good, because me using my removal spell gives them back a card. Sandstorm. Let's see what they get. Hopefully it's just, I don't know, a mountain or something expensive. Like a Goblin Grenade or something. They find a mountain, so that doesn't help them this turn. And we have a Repurposer. But we're flooding out 2. Play a land, pass the turn. Now when the Repurposer dies, it gives me back a spawn. I have a decent amount of blocks. I have no real value cards left in the deck, though. So I'm sort of top decking. I have drawn... What, only lands? That's wild. Oh, I drew the Utopia Sprawl, okay. Our opponent plays the Mountain from exile. They're cracking the Synthesizer. I'm sort of regretting not keeping the boarding parties in the deck. They do die really quickly though, because they can die to all the burn spells from the opponent, so maybe it's just better. But I wanted to get the 2-for-1s. Our opponent's got 2-for-1s all day. They bolt my creature, I get a spawn. Don't think I want to throw the spawns at the clockwork right away. We'll just take the 1 here. Our opponent is in danger of timing out. They're already at 10 minutes left on clock. We've taken like 15 turns, so we'll see. We go to 15. They've got 3 power in play. We're looking for a big thing off the top. Find nothing. That was not what I wanted. Aggro deck flooding problems. Maybe I should have reduced the number of lands in my deck when I mulliganed. Went to the next game. After sideboarding, I mean. Oh no, another percussionist. It's pretty bad. And they end the festivities, not giving me the choice of blocking. We're taking 4 going to 10. Find a Malevolent Rumble. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I still have 6 mana. Let's take the Jewel Thief since it's blocker. And play it. Play out a land and pass the turn. I'll probably look at blocking here and blocking here. Just to take 1 damage. And they have a Galvanic for my Jewel Thief. We'll put the spawn in front of the Samurai. Okay, I block. I'm at 8. Really need that Jewel Thief to stick around. They have Lightning Bolt. 4 damage in play. Find a Repurposer. And I'll pass the turn. Maybe I should play the land. Doesn't really matter. Their turn. They're going to discard a land. It seems really risky to me to play into this metagame without having any sort of life gain, so wondering what the strategy is there. They discard an Epicure. I don't know if that makes sense. Interesting to me. Plays another Percussionist. Jeez. We're taking 2. Our opponent's going to lose their Samurai. They don't attack with the Samurai. Okay, I guess we have to block here. Then hope that they don't flip anything good. They flip a Reckless Impulse. Solid. And that's enough to kill me. So let's just go on to the next one. Round 2. We're on the play again. We reverse burn again. We have an Arbor Elf again. Can I keep this? If the Arbor Elf lives, we have 2 mana. So it's not good enough. If the Arbor Elf, if I find a land, we have Jewel Thief into Repurposer. I'm positive my opponent's on burn. Mulligan. This is not great. I'll keep it though. What do I put back? Second Hydra, I guess. Play the land. Pass the turn. Oh, our opponent's not on burn. They're on Delver. Slash, it's just really called Terror. They're on mono blue Terror. So Chrysalis is good if I can get it to resolve. Okay, awesome. Utopia Sprawl on red. Hopefully our opponent does not play Boomerangs or Malevolent Rumbling. We have enough for the Chrysalis now. And then I guess I can take... Arbor Elf has the most value. Pass the turn. If I can keep the Arbor Elf on the table, then I'm just generating tons of mana with my Sprawl land. Our opponent flips on a Lorien Revealed. Land Delver Blind Flip is pretty solid. They find an island. Plays the island. Gets in for 3. I'm going to play out the Arbor Elf. And then get the Repurposer on the table. Repurposer. And we'll pass the turn. Opponent cycles the Lorien Revealed, finding another island. Of note, we can use this from the graveyard for 7 mana. Making something +4/+4. Echoing Truth on the Arbor Elf, annoying. Gets in. So I guess I'm playing the Chrysalis here. An Avenging Hunter. And also just Malevolent Rumble first. Looking for some sort of mana. Wow, I didn't find anything good. I'll take the Boarding Party. This Cascade is pretty good against their deck. Play the Arbor Elf. And attack for 3. We are a turn behind on the attacks. Currently, opponent's winning the race. They mill cards, milling Island Delver. Using a mental note. Opponent's turn, plays a Brainstorm. Let's see if they have another bounce spell for the Arbor Elf. If that's the case, I probably have to just play the Chrysalis. Plays a land. They're getting in for 3 again. Thought Scour themselves, milling 4 Spike Deep Analysis, playing a Terror. And a Tolarian Terror. We can play out The land, tap, untap this, tap. We have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. If I play the Chrysalis, then I can also Hydra on the Repurposer, giving it reach. So let's go Chrysalis. And then Bestow. Costs green, green, right? Green, green, +4. That's with Bestow here. Green, green, 1, 2. So I'll make it a 5, 6. I wonder if I want to save one of the spawns. Sacrifice 3 spawns. Okay. That's fine, I think. Done. Now we have a bunch of big creatures. I don't know if I should attack, though. I don't think so. I'm just holding down the fort. Planning to get the Avenging Hunter onto the table if I can, or the boarding party. Probably start with the boarding party, I guess. The deep analysis going to 14. Leveling the playing field a little bit. They can't attack. Okay, that's good. Tap, untap. So if I'm just going to use all my mana. Cast the boarding party. Let's see if they have a counterspell. They have a Utopia Sprawl, put it here. A little bit nerve-wracking, but that's fine. Because if they have Boomerang, it double Ponzas my lands. Could have spread it out a bit. I'll put it on green, and I'm going to attack with my 6/3. It resolves. They brainstorm. Although they could trade the Delver for my boarding party, which isn't amazing. They're just going to counterspell. Okay. That is fine. Next turn we have 6, 7, 8, 9 mana. 10 off the Avenging Hunter. I could play out the Repurposer into the Avenging Hunter. They play another Delver. Okay. I think I want the Avenging Hunter in play. Wild Growth again. Alright, let's make way more mana. Just going all in on this land here. Tap the land. Untap the land. Play the Repurposer. We get a spawn. I'll try casting Avenging Hunter. Got a counterspell. Okay. Still not really accomplishing anything. I think I'm going to Brew Shock, Scavenge onto the Repurposer next turn, making it a 7/7. A mental note. Does not flip the Delver. Plays a 6th land. Okay. Tap. Untap this. Have some more mana. Scavenge on this Repurposer. Now I've got a 7/7. I'm going to attack. Yoink. Echoing Truth. Okay. So we lost our Hydra that way. That's interesting. By targeting the other Repurposer, then we lost the Hydra. Dang. Oh no, it stays on the table. What am I doing? All right, so 1, 2, 3. Cast a Repurposer. I get so confused about this Bestow stuff. Let's cast another Repurposer, making the Chrysalis ginormous. It's an 8/9. I'll pass. I want to trade for at least 2 terrors, I guess, if I'm going to attack with the Chrysalis. But I'm not sure I even can attack with the Chrysalis. Okay, they've got some Delvers on the table. Thought Scours themselves, Milling Island, counterspell. Plays another Delver. I don't know what we can draw. I would have been able to resolve the Avenging Hunter out in a fine spot. Play an Arbor Elf. Guess that's it. Opponent flips the Delver on a counterspell. They can Suicide in. I'll just F6. This isn't going super well. I think I would rather have a dinosaur in play, shouldn't I? Let's see what they do. Nothing. We find the Bannerhide Cruciak. So I can attack with my Repurposer and then reinforce it, which is kind of neat. Let's attack. Put some counters on this guy, which kills the Terror. Unless they have another Echoing Truth. Okay. Terror down. No? They've got a thing? Oh my goodness. Boomerang on my Repurposer. That's a surprise, to be honest, because they should have gotten rid of this land a long time ago. Untap the land. Play the Repurposer. Tap. Untap the land again. Tons of mana. Scavenge on this one. Maybe I should put it on the Hydra. Scavenge on the Repurposer. Got big stuff. So that was cool. That was like a 2-for-1. They play an island, 3 cards in hand. Find a Jewel Thief. Wait, no, they have counterspell, right? I can attack with the Chrysalis, but it's probably not great. This trades directly for a terror. I think I'm just hanging out still. Let's see. 1 counterspell, 2, 3. So that's the last counterspell in their deck in their hand. Plays a Cryptic Serpent. Find another Chrysalis. Let's try a Jewel Thief. If they want to counterspell it. Okay, that's just on the table now. Guess I have to pass. Our opponent plays an island. They're passing the turn. We are staring at each other. You. Another forest. Doesn't really do anything. I'm gonna hold it. I need to make this Jewel Thief huge, so a Nyxborn Hydra would make the Jewel Thief ginormous, and then I could start attacking. It has Vigilance. They've played another terror. The ground is kind of gummed up. I'll tap this and untap it. Since we found a boarding party. Cast it, and let's see what we find. Cascading into a Rumble. Cast the Rumble. Finding Avenging Hunter, Boarding Party, Sprawl. Given that they have so many flyers, I think I just take another boarding party. Because it's another 2 for 1. Are they going to let this resolve? Okay. Tap. Untap. Cast another boarding party. Jewel Thief is good. And we've got... the Khrushchev didn't go into the battlefield. You know, Cascades are weird. Oh, we exiled the Khrushchev. That's why over it's in the exile zone. 2 are exiled. 1's left in the deck. They're going to counterspell this one. We're going to play Forest. Play Riding Chrysalis. I have so many spawns now. So let's see. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So I can get rid of double terror by attacking with 1 Chrysalis. I'm going to swing in. Start taking things off the table. I should have attacked with a boarding party too, maybe. But the boarding party can trade with the Delver, which I wasn't really wanting to have happen. They're shoving everything in front. Okay. So we will kill Serpent. All right, and then let's just sacrifice and sacrifice. Your turn. They're brainstorming, trying to figure out how to get past my wall of junkers. Plays another Serpent. That's pretty good. And a land. 1 card in hand for the opponent. Find a Forest. So if I throw this Repurposer away, it can kill a terror. It doesn't really do anything, though. And just see what they want to do about this boarding party. I was probably going to trade with the Delver at some point anyway. And I'm a little bit less nervous about their flying attacks. Okay. We're just slowly getting in there. We have 2 blockers for their Delvers. Another Jewel Thief. Okay. Opponent's turn. We can attack. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blockers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 attackers. So we'd only get in for 6, 7, 8 right now. This is the first time I've ever been in a stare down with mono blue. Play a land and pass the turn. Our opponent is just playing lands and passing. They didn't play land. They're 4 cards in hand. Play land. F6. We also have to be mindful of the clock because they're a little bit ahead of us. They're going to cast a Flooring Revealed here, drawing 3 cards, going to 7. 11 cards left in library. Plays another terror. I mean, we have the ground pretty blocked up. What are they going to do? We know they're playing Force Spike. We've seen most of their deck. They could like boomerang my 2 creatures. Play my Repurposer. Giving me another spawn to make my Riding Chrysalis even bigger. They deep analysis themselves. Uh-oh. They Sleep of the Dead my Hydra. That's not good. That means that they can also get rid of this Chrysalis. Okay, so we really need to find our another Hydra here. Gets in for 6. We're probably gonna die. Come on, Hydra. Wild Growth. That doesn't do it. Man, Sleep of the Dead there. That was really good. Yeah, we didn't have anything coming up. I could see Vines of Vastwood being okay here. So, can bring in the Vines, and it just pumps everything. A little bit nervous that the Avenging Hunter is not very good. I cut the Avenging Hunter and submit. I think Vines of the Vastwood can be good against their bounce spells, but also it can, like, you know, they set up the blocks and then we just pump it up. Okay, we're on the play. I don't think I can keep this. They have boomerangs in their deck. We do have land sprawl. We draw another land, we got a lot going on. How many lands do I have in the deck? We only have 17 lands in the deck. I'm gonna mulligan. Oh my god. Okay, keep, I guess. Get rid of a forest. Go land, Arbor Elf. I can cast literally anything in my deck. I'll be very, very ahead. On mana anyway. We know our opponent's playing boomerangs. We just have all the mana. We're kind of praying for a 4-drop. They play Island. Slams the Sleep of the Dead on the Arbor Elf. Okay, let's go land. Wild Growth here. And Wild Growth here. Just spreading it out a little bit so I don't get blown out by a boomerang. Our opponent ponders. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7 mana. Oh, they whiffed on a land, huh? Play a Jewel Thief into another Jewel Thief and pass the turn. Yeah, I mean, we're in a good spot right now. They Thoughts Guard themselves, milling Brainstorm Lorien. Plays a land. Finds a Vastwood. Okay, I'll play an island or a mountain. I'm used to playing islands, sorry. Get in for 7. There's a 3-turn clock. They play island. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the graveyard. Plays a Tolarian Terror. Okay. We will play out a Repurposer. Then I'll attack with my 2 Tramplers. See if the Vines of Vastwood's going to come in handy. We don't die to Spell Pierce, but we do die to Dispel. Kick this here. Yeah, got him. Bye-bye, Terror. You're at 8. That felt good. They play a Cryptic Serpent. We have another Arbor Elf. So we can attack for 9, but they'll block. They'll take 7, play Arbor Elf, then they're down to 1. Okay. Play this Arbor Elf. F6. Attack with everything. Okay, you're at 1. Can you win from here? I need multiple creatures. I need 3 creatures. I guess Echoing Truth plus another creature would work. Have to be worried about that. Plays a Tolarian Terror. And it's Tolarian Terror, so GG. Cool. We win. I don't know if we're going to be able to get them again with that plan, but it seemed okay. Maybe the Jewel Thief or the Repurposer can be swapped with the Avenging Hunter. We just gum up the board and try to slam the Hunter. I don't know. I feel like the Go Fast plan is good. Maybe Boarding Party isn't good. I don't know. I know I don't sound super confident, but I'm excited to slam some creatures. Once again, we have a 1-lander. I'm going to mull. We have a multiple lands and a vines. I'll keep it. Get rid of a forest. I mean, this is... We need red mana, and then we can start doing stuff. Delver from the opponent. Find an Arbor Elf. Okay. That's a start. They flip the Delver on a Brainstorm. Brainstorms. So I am hoping to draw a Utopia Sprawl so that I can sprawl into Chrysalis. Into Boarding Party. But that's going to be a big ask, probably. Draw one of our 4-ofs. Next turn we'll have 3 mana total. Looks like they did not find a land off the Brainstorm, so they're considering what to put back. Gets in for 3, okay. Brawl? Forest. Okay. I will attack you. They play another Delver. Okay. Attacks for 3. Come on. Yeah. Land. Brawl. On red. Tap, untap. Play a Riding Chrysalis. That was good. They find Sleep of the Dead, so they can Sleep of the Dead the Chrysalis here. But I have Vines of Vastwood. Aha! Not today. Okay. So we have this Banner Hide. Tap, untap. 5, 4, 5, 6. Pass the Boarding Party. Let's see what we find. Finding a Writhing Chrysalis. Let's go! That was sick. Okay. I think our opponent's dead. GG, they say. GG, opponent. We'll see you in round 3. Alright, we're on the play again. We have Land, Arbor Elf, Malevolent Rumble, or Jewel Thief on turn 2. It seems like a pretty solid keep. Land, Arbor Elf, go. Uh-oh. Forest from the opponent. Arbor Elf from the opponent. Looking into having a mirror match here. Untap, play a Jewel Thief. Pass the turn. So in the mirror match, we want to be the ones playing the Avenging Hunter second, not first. Now our opponent can play a 4 mana thing here. Untaps, taps again. Utopia Sprawl. They have 3 mana. So do I Malevolent Rumble or a Sprawl? They pass the turn. We have a second Avenging Hunter. 1, 2, 3. Have to Malevolent Rumble. Finding, I guess I take the Arbor Elf. Untap. Play Arbor Elf. And attack for 3. Opponent at 17. We've certainly got a follow-up here. If they play the Avenging Hunter, we have Avenging Hunter right away. They play Chrysalis, we just Chrysalis in response. So lots to do. 6 mana. 7 mana. Looks like they're gonna... 8 mana? Okay, so they're gonna put the Hydra thing into play? 7 mana, okay. What are you doing? Altasaur. Yeah, finding an Arbor Elf. They have way more mana than me. I can find any number of, I don't know. I need a land enchantment. Find a forest. Let's see. I can play the Avenging Hunter to get a mountain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana right now. Or I can just boarding party and slam in with the boarding party. But then I won't have lands. But then I can Avenging Hunter for the mountain later. But boarding party gives me some mana. This thing's not great. Avenging Hunter doesn't look good into the Altasaur. I go 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 1, 2, 3. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4 mana for the Chrysalis. Then I have 1, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh my god. Sorry, I'm trying to think if I can play Chrysalis into Avenging Hunter, and it seems like I can. 1, 2, red, untap, tap, play the Chrysalis. So untap this, tap, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we have a 5/6 Chrysalis. Play my Avenging Hunter. I'll grab my mountain and pass the turn. So my Chrysalis can just straight up block the Altasaur and trade. Our opponent is doing some Arbor Elf shenanigans. They've got 8 mana. Plays their own Avenging Hunter. That makes sense. They really should have attacked first, because I could have let them have the initiative and then they would have double initiative this turn if they had done that. They're doing some tap on tap. They have 2 cards in hand. Plays a Generous End. So they're turtling up now. Breath Weapon kills my Jewel Thief, my boarding parties. Oh my goodness, what am I talking about? Breath Weapon kills a bunch of my stuff. And with the Repurposer, I'll attack with the Chrysalis. I can just block with a Generous End though. I think that they've beaten me here. I don't know, next turn I have... Okay, we'll trade with the Altasaur, that's fine. Okay, trading with the Altasaur. That's the turn. They get to go into the Undercity, making their Avenging Hunter huge. See if they attack though. Kind of risky. They have 0 cards in hand, so I can play my Avenging Hunter and have the initiative, and then maybe I can turtle up here. They're not attacking. Okay, that's a good sign for me. Spawn token, play the Avenging Hunter. We will put the Forge counters onto, I don't know, the Jewel Thief. Pass the turn. I can block the Generous End with the Repurposer, and then I can just, you know, gang block the Avenging Hunter. Opponent plays a Wild Growth. Okay. Seems they can't attack. They are attacking. What happens if they have a Breath Weapon? I should throw everything in front of the Avenging Hunter in case of a Breath Weapon. So, walk here. Shove everything there. Alright. I get to keep my 2 Avenging Hunters. And I get a spawn. They play a land. Okay, they have nothing in hand. We are going to trap you. So me having double Avenging Hunter is what's winning here. Got a little bit lucky. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can play out Repurposer, or I can just go boarding party and attack for lethal. So that's probably better. Oh, combat math. Boarding party. Cast the Sprawl here. Put it on red. Attack with everything. Wins the game. Let's go. So the only thing I can think of here is that Vines of Vastwood might help me go over the top of my opponent. But Bannerhide Khrushchev kind of does that already. So I think I'm just going to resubmit. Could be wrong. We need the Avenging Hunter for the Mirror War. Opponent plays first. We've got a very, very slow start. So I think I'm going to mulligan that. We have a Sprawl on turn 1. Turn 2 Jewel Thief. Turn 3 Chrysalis or Khrushchev. Keep. Put back a Forest. This thing has Trample, which is nice. And then we can like attack with a Jewel Thief and reinforce it, making it ginormous. Found another Chrysalis. Go red here. I wonder if they're bringing in Deglammers. That would be bad. They do nothing. Okay. Play my Jewel Thief. Pass the turn. Our opponent cycles Generous End. They get a forest. You know, one benefit of not playing the Snow Covered Forest is we get better art. These ones are terrible. Kaldheim Forests. They have 4 mana again. Doing nothing. We have 4 mana. I'll start by attacking. They just take it. They go to 17. We'll play Chrysalis. Guess I shouldn't just F6 here, because they could Breath Weapon, killing the spawns. Okay. Now I get to attack these spawns playing a Chrysalis, or just play the Chrysalis first. Play the Chrysalis. Tons of spawns in play. Green. Sack this. Play Malevolent Rumble. Get more spawns. I will take another Chrysalis, thank you. And attack. Do. Take 6. Next turn, my Chrysalises are going to be huge, enormous. But I could Boarding Party. I think I just want to go Chrysalis. Yeah, we win. They didn't do anything, though, so it was sort of solitaire. We'll see in round 4. Round 4, we are on the draw. Merlot, BDS. Playing Forest. They could be on Ramp, they could be on Walls. If they're on Walls, it'll be pretty tough. Let's play the Arbor Elf. If we draw a Forest, we can Arbor Elf, then play our Krushok. If we don't draw a Forest, we have to go like, all right, there we go. We did. You sprawl on red. All right, it's all working out according to plan. Turn 2, 4/4. Strong. Next turn, we have 6 mana. They cycle a Generous End. What does that mean? Getting a Forest. 3 mana. This Axebane Guardian. They Thermal Karst my land. Okay. Go land, Malevolent Rumble. So I guess we just play a fair game. Grab the Jewel Thief and attack first 5. They're going to waste time blowing up my lands. I'll just play lands. No problem. We've got mana off the Malevolent Rumble, the Jewel Thief, our Chrysalises that we could draw. Our opponent plays a Chrysalis. Let's see. Or I can... First I'm going to start by attacking. See if they want to block. They can see that I have this trick, so they might just not block. Okay, they take it. We'll go land, play a Jewel Thief. I'm wanting to save the Avenging Hunter to respond to their Avenging Hunter again. 4 mana, 5 mana, play the Avenging Hunter. That was pretty expected. Let's see if they attack in. Is an Arbor Elf. All right. I'll go land and untap this. Play an Avenging Hunter. So we get to go into the initiative and grab a Forest. So what do I want to do? Do I want to attack? If I attack, I can sacrifice my spawn, make it a 5/5. So it would trade with the Avenging Hunter and kill the Chrysalis. All right, we're going to attack him with a Jewel Thief. It's so clear that I have this trick. It's so clear. They're like, oh no, they've got it. But we can pump this up and get in, and this thing doesn't have trample. Ah, interesting, interesting. I'm still going to kill the Chrysalis, I think. Reinforce that. Green. Okay. So you're down a Chrysalis. If I get up to 7 mana, I can use the +4/+4. Our opponent tap untap their Forest after playing a Wild Growth. 7 mana for an Annoyed Altasaur. Getting a Utopia Sprawl. We can double block the Avenging Hunter here. They're getting in. I'm double blocking. They kill my Avenging Hunter. So we will put the counters on our 4/4, making it a 6/6. Then play a land. This costs 7 mana. I think I'm slamming the Avenging Hunter here. Take the initiative again, going into trap. Trap you. This means that this kills them, so I can just attack and kill your Altasaur. Attack. That means that this is a free attack. Yep, send. Altasaur down. They go to 4. 3 mana. Untaps. 6 mana. Probably Boarding Party here. But I'm just going to have to let them attack in. And then I have to just use the Reinforce or whatever. What's this thing? Scavenge. What do they hit? What do they hit? What do they hit? Acid Moss. Unfortunate. Plays a Writhing Chrysalis. They're at 4 life. We get to draw an extra card. We can block the Chrysalis with the Arbor Elf if we can. Finding another Arbor Elf. Land, play the Arbor Elf. See what happens. Should I attack? I think no. Play a boarding party. Finding an Avenging Hunter. That's good and bad for them. They're currently at 4 life. Let's just see how they attack. Because we can give this thing +4/+4. Right? Yeah, and this has trample. So attack in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They have no cards left. Guess I'm going to block here just to soak up some damage. Okay. I mean 9 power. They have 9 blocks though. Wild Growth here. Untap. I think they beat me. 7. Make this huge. Attack for 9. Concede. That's unfortunate. Maybe I shouldn't have attacked into their Altasaur previously. Yeah, they got me. That sucked. Okay. Ponza versus not Ponza. Shouldn't we be favored? Maybe they're only playing Acid Moss. I think we just run it back. Okay. On the play. Mulligan. I guess we're keeping this one. Keep. We'll put back 1 repurposer. Like kind of medium. Land. Brawl on red. The next turn we can go land, wild growth the land into repurposer. Of 5 mana left over. Opponent wild growths. They're probably on just Acid Moss, I would imagine. Yeah, I'm still gonna go mountain, wild growth, tap it, repurposer. They cycle an Ent, finding a forest. If they play an Arbor Elf and another Sprawl, so now they have 7 mana on the table. They have a Chrysalis. Play the Chrysalis, something huge, land, attack for 3, and now we will rumble, making my Chrysalis a little bit bigger. And we can find the Crew Shock. I think I just take the Hydra and try to make my Chrysalis as big as possible. That's a turn. They blow up my land. What a meanie. Arbor Elf taps the land. I guess I should have put the wild growth on my forest, not my mountain, because I would like it to be able to be untapped. Let's see. Sacrifice a bunch of spawns. Maybe I should put the Hydra on the repurposer. This is already a 6/7. Yeah, I'll bestow on here and attack. Okay, bam. So they're soaking up some damage. All right, our opponent's now at 9. We only have 4 mana. We need a bunch more mana if we're going to be able to use our other thing and scavenge onto one of our creatures. They get a Malevolent Rumble off a boarding party, and they choose Altasaur. So 3, 4, 5. They can't cast the Altasaur right now. Plays a repurposer. 1, 2, 3 in play. So I can't attack with the Chrysalis now. Play the Jewel Thief. We're going to swing in with the repurposer. Fire away. Okay, they're sacrificing 2 creatures to kill it. But we end up with a 5/6. Our opponent goes to 7. We get a spawn. They play a land. Now they can slam their Altasaur. We have 6 men in play. Finding a Thermokarst. Oh yeah, just straight up mean deck Ponza stuff. Fun. All right. They're tapping and untapping. 4 mana. They have another Chrysalis. I'll be kind of sad if they have the Avenging Hunter here. 6 mana for boarding party. There's a wild, finds a wild growth, so they're out of action. Everybody's top decking again. Find the Crew Shock. So I can do this reinforced nonsense again. I think I have to pass though. I can like attack with my Hydra. Currently my opponent's at 7. I think I have to look for an opening. Opponent is not attacking. They have 1 card in hand. We have a wild growth. I'll put it on my forest, just in case I draw an Arbor Elf later. Opponent's turn, they play a forest. If we can get an Arbor Elf, I can make my Hydra ginormous. We have an Avenging Hunter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think it's worth. Pass the Avenging Hunter. Get a forest. Play the forest. That's the turn. The Jewel Thief can kill the boarding party. They have an Altasaur. They find a Chrysalis. Okay. So their Chrysalis is huge. They're going to swing in with the Chrysalis. 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's going to be a 9, 10. I guess I just block with these two creatures. Or I need to have something huge still to block other things. So maybe I block with Hydra Hunter. And 6, 10. I can't kill both of them. Okay. Block. Block. 1. Yep, I think that's correct. Okay, my turn. I get to forge. So what do I want to forge onto? Forge on the Avenging Hunter. It has the most trample power. Okay, now I can Malevolent Rumble. Still have the Banner Hide for later, or just cast the Banner Hide now as another blocker. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 attackers, so it doesn't really matter. The Banner Hide might be better just to push the damage through to win the game. I'll cast the Rumble. I can take Hunter, Forest, Hydra, or Sprawl. I think I just take the Avenging Hunter here, because I'm going to be able to trap them with that regardless, and I should be able to force through. So I'm not attacking. Can't block and kill my spawn token though. You just need to save all my trample guys. They play an Avenging Hunter. Dang. Once again, my opponent did not play the Avenging. What you should be doing is you should attack, take the initiative, then play the Avenging Hunter because it gives you double initiative for the turn. Okay, we don't have that many tramplers. I'm going to initiative with the Avenging Hunter and trap you to 2. How much power and toughness do they have? Lots and lots. So we have to remember that, okay, they couldn't go into Forge, huh? We win somehow? I guess they hadn't had the initiative yet. They still should have attacked first. But I guess they probably would have died. I'm gonna resubmit again and hope for the best. We'll start with the mulligan. Okay. This is good. Keep. I think I can get rid of the repurposer here. Hopefully they don't thermo me right away. They play Utopia Sprawl on red. I have land into Arbor Elf. I wonder if I want to just not play the Arbor Elf right away because they're going to have Thermokarst and stuff. They play a Wild Growth, blow up my land, or play a 3/3. Plays Arbor Elf. Land, untap, play a Jewel Thief. That's the turn. I still have plenty of time. Like this, I can still cast this in 1 turn off the Wild Growth. They're making 6 mana, 4 mana. Or are they going to blow up my land? Plays a repurposer. 6 mana. They play a boarding party. Find Malevolent Rumble. Using a generous Ent. They can attack for 6 here. Okay. Start with Forest. I'll attack with my Jewel Thief. Okay. Then I'll reinforce to kill your thing. Okay. Repurposer dead. And then I can go Wild Growth here off the treasure token. Tap, untap. Play this, play this. Oops. But that means I don't have any. Oh, I do have red mana because of the next Jewel Thief. Tap, untap. Jewel Thief. Arbor Elf. That's the turn. We have 2. We have 6, 7, 8 mana. If they blow up my land, I don't have very much mana. Blow up my land. Cool. So currently we have 5 mana. Gonna blow up my land again? It's very boring. They're making 5 mana, 6 mana. Oh, plays a generous Ent. 5, 7. Seems they don't want to attack into my Jewel Thief. Okay, we have Utopia Sprawl. That means 6, 7 mana. Sprawl here on red. Tap, untap, tap, untap again. So I can make a 9/9, or I can make this a 7/7. I'm gonna make a 7/7. And then pass, I guess. 7/7 blocks everything on their side, except for giant chrysalises. They play the Avenging Hunter. That's frustrating. And we draw an Avenging Hunter. Play an Arbor Elf. We have a Nyxborn Hydra. Okay. So I'll go tap, untap, tap it again, untap it again, tap it again, then bestow on the 7/7 and attack with this. So they have 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. We have 17 power. We're going to be able to get in. They can just eat the Jewel Thief with the Generous Ent though. 7, 10, 14, 15, 16. They have 16 toughness, and we have 17 attack. 12, 12 is pretty big. Okay, we take the initiative, grab a mountain, play the mountain, pass the turn. My thing is ginormous, but there's a lot of power on their side. They can't afford to not attack, so maybe they just attack with double Arbor Elf. I think that's what I would do. That's what they choose to do. Okay. Now they have 10, 14 toughness still. I think I just swing out, probably. Best draw would be another Nyxborn Hydra, probably. They gain some life. Mountain. So 12. Yeah. Play the land. Attack with everything. They can stack these two on the Jewel Thief, but then they both die. They'll take no damage from my Jewel Thief, though. And then they can block here. Then I'll have a 3/3 left over and a 5/6. Okay, that's what they choose to do. So 7. Both these are going to die. Okay, this has trample, right? 7. Well, that's 13. Wait. Okay, let's put this over here. If I put the counters on this, it'll be a 7, 8. So I can kill whatever they attack with. But they're going to have 2 creatures left over. I want to kill the Generous Ent or the Avenging Hunter. I think it's going to be the Avenging Hunter. They take 1. I'm going to put my counters onto my Nyxborn Hydra, making it ginormous. 7, 8. Your turn. This turn they can trap me, so they can attack for 6 plus 5, which is 11. And I have a 7, 8 attacker. If I get through, they're dead. So maybe they just attack with the boarding party and the Arbor Elf. Once again, it's just, I'm calling their attacks. Everything is very straightforward. We take 1. They put us to 7. They have a Repurposer as a follow-up. That's pretty bad because it kills me, I think. I can attack with this. I have 8 power, 5, 6, 7, 8. Attack with this and this. It doesn't get me anywhere. I have to just cast the Repurposer or the Jewel Thief and pass the turn. We have 10 attacking trample damage. They have 10, 11 toughness. So I can't attack with everything. I need another Hydra. Now I don't even think that does it. We have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. It could. They play an Oliphant. Opponent living the dream. Best draw is an Avenging Hunter, maybe. Oh, we drew it. Okay, cast my Avenging Hunter. Take the initiative. And trap you. Pass the turn. Very big problem is that the Oliphant gives trample to something. +2, +0, and trample. We can block and kill the Oliphant with the Hydra. And then they have a lot of other power. Plus, when they take the initiative, they're going to go into the throne and have even more blockers. I literally joined this this league with this deck because I felt it was going to be a fast, fun league, and we are grinding. Just grinding and grinding. Opponent goes with a Thermokarst. I assume that they're going to give the Generous Ent trample. Let's see how they attack. They're down to 0 cards in hand, so it's up to them. Math is for attackers. Maybe they don't attack and they just try to rely on drawing better than me. I currently have 4, 5 mana. Wow, they're passing without attacking. Okay. We venture, we draw a card. Draw another Avenging Hunter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so I can cast it. Untap. That was a solid draw, not gonna lie. Avenging Hunter. We get to Throne. I will get another Avenging Hunter, right? Which gives me another land with which to cast the Arbor Elf. Take the Avenging Hunter. More tramply dudes. Get a forest. Play the forest, play the Arbor Elf. Pass the turn. So right now we have 10, 20, 28. We have 28 trample damage. It'll be 30 trample damage. They found a Chrysalis off the top, which is strong, but not going to win. I just have to do some math. 30 trample damage. We will forge onto whatever our biggest thing is. Should I spread it out or should I put on the biggest thing? I'll make another Avenging Hunter big. And we found a boarding party. So this is 7, 10, 22, 30, plus 6. This 6 doesn't really matter that much, though. They have 7, 8, 11, 12, 13, 14, 17, 21, 26, 27, 28. So we'll get in for 2. And attack with these 2. And that wins the game. Okay. I attack with everything. Send. This is 32 attacks. 2 of which is not trample. Although I guess they can put the spawns. Yeah, they can put the spawns in front of my Arbor Elves. So that was a mistake, probably. I don't think I should have done that. I can't believe I did that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. Does everything die? That's the question. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. I don't know. See what happens. Press F6. That was smart of them. I messed that up. I should have just gone boarding party. I worked so hard mathing. So what's left over? Oh no, they have a huge chrysalis to kill me with. Oh no. GG. Bummer. Womp. Womp. I got greedy. Let's see what we would have gotten off the boarding party. Repurposer. No, I threw it so bad. Okay, we'll see in round 5. All right, we're on the play. I need to salvage. I'm going to keep this. We have 3 mana on turn 2. Then turn 3, we can play this Bannerhide, then maybe Avenging Hunter. Every time I punt that badly, I get just so much pain. So hopefully people weren't screaming at me. And Utopia Sprawl in red. We can also play a 2-3 right now. Like if they're mono red. They are Affinity. We just want to put big stuff on the table. Play the forest. Pass the turn. We have to worry about overextending into a KCS. Parkland Shaman plus a board wipe. Play a 4-4. Our opponent plays a Refurbished Familiar. Okay. Interesting. I think I get rid of Forest. We have another 4-4. I guess I'm not sure if I should just play the Avenging Hunter here and attack a ton, because they could get in with this Refurbished Familiar or wipe the board. Start by attacking. Playing the Avenging Hunter gives me another land back though. Then they have to attack. I guess I shouldn't play scared. I should just attack. Okay, you're at 16. Play the Avenging Hunter. They Galvanic it. So they have another second Galvanic here. We would be in bad problems. I didn't consider Galvanic Blast and Galvanic Blast. That was a mistake. They're getting in. So I guess I can go like Nyxborn Hydra. This already has trample. 1, 2, 3, 4 mana. Plays a Kenku. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I go Forest and attack. Then I can Bannerhide here to kill and keep this going. Yeah. We will reinforce. So you take 2. Oxygen analysis. I knew they had it the whole time. What a pain. What a pain. Okay, we take the initiative, but our creature's dead. So I get to Lost Well, I guess. Scry. So I scry 2, setting up the boarding party. I can pop both of these, then play the Hydra. I have a 3-3 or a 3-4 reach creature, which can block this. Also has trample. They do have to attack with both creatures. And I will kill your Refurbished. Block the Refurbished Familiar. We'll take 3 going to 15. Opponent gets to Forge on their giant thing. They're going to Deadly Dispute their Refurbished. Okay. Now they have a 5/5 ginormous indestructible flying bridge. Ugh. They can Blood Fountain, getting back their creatures. Mirror Enforcer. Okay. Wild Growth here. Cast the boarding party. We get a 3/3. All attack in. And they eat the 3/4, so they take 6 damage going to 11. We go into dash. They attack with their flyer. Our opponent's going to trap us to... I guess we're just dead from that. Never mind. GG. Man. Oh. Brutal. I got nothing. I don't think there's anything I can do. Maybe the Vines of Vastwood over the Avenging Hunter, but then like you're not really pressuring them. It's this toxin analysis that really wrecked me here. And I think that is why Affinity is pretty good against the monsters deck, just playing the toxin analysis Krark-Clan Shaman combo. All right, we need to come out swinging. We need to come out really fast. Not fast enough. Mulligan. Still not fast enough. Oh, this is so painful. Mulligan again. Wow. Okay. Jeez. We have 3 mana. We're gonna get rid of the Repurposer. And I guess the Avenging Hunter. We're at 4, right? We need to keep these cards. That was terrible. Opponent keeps 7 because they have so many good draw spells in their deck. Ouch. It's a neat version of this ramp deck, but I don't know if it aligns with me. I think that Walker 735 and Giorgio combo tend to play decks that they have special expertise in and have a very specific way to play it, which is just hasn't aligned with me, but maybe I got unlucky. Land Wild Growth. Of course, I did completely throw the last round, so it is on me a little bit. Our opponent has played a bridge. My turn. We're going to Malevolent Rumble. Keeping the green available. I've got a Nyxborn Hydra or a Jewel Thief. So I think I just take the Jewel Thief. Let's see. Hydra would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A 4/5. Like pretty medium. Better than nothing. Wild Growth. Your turn. One plays a Chromatic Star. Okay. You can play a 4/4. That's the turn. Then I can make my 4/4 really big. I guess not. Oh god. And then Galvanic. Yep, I scoop. I don't want to do it anymore. Okay, what did I think of the deck? It didn't vibe. I did not vibe fully with it, but that is fine. So I think that if I were to play this again, I would need to talk specifically to Walker about it. I think I would rather have something that draws cards than the Banner Hide or stuff like that, but it's a cool concept. So hopefully you enjoyed. We had highs and lows, and I'll see you in the next video.